Oh, for fuck's sake. It was not meaning for that to be there. Shit. Let's go look. Alright, welcome to the Thundercloud. I had my goddamn headset over my goddamn Samsung, so you might have heard some echo. I don't know. We got Sage saying something. Well, IGC put my name as here's my username. That doesn't make sense, does it? I don't know what was going on. That was kind of weird because everyone's username was kind of thrown off. Here it looks perfect as it always should. And I apologize for the inconvenience of IGC, our official sponsor. But yeah, Sage, you're right. Things are a little better over here at the Thundercloud. So that's all we need to say about that. All right. We've got a lot to get into tonight. And God damn it, I don't even know if I'm fucking ready for this stream. I just goddamn... How long was that stream with Nathan? It was a goddamn 6 hours of fucking... It was a long-ass fucking stream. And now I gotta do another fucking stream? Like, I'm not being paid enough. That's all I gotta say. So, hit the fucking like button. Or the subscribe button. And let's get things started. So, we're gonna start with... We're gonna go in chronological order. You know what? I did alright. I did alright today with my predictions. I was wrong on one, maybe two of them, but I expect to be wrong on about 50% of them the rest of the way, so I'm okay with that. But one I felt really strong about after looking at the splits was the Brewers at home against the Chicago Cubs. If you don't remember what I said, well, last night I said I don't trust Matthew Boyd, and I was right. Especially with how the Brewers hit off lefties, and also because Freddie Peralta was toeing the rubber there. So the Brewers won 9-3. I don't even know what the hell they did. I did not watch this game at all. It seems they did this though, which is kind of impressive, without hitting a goddamn home run. Wow. 13 fucking hits, 5 walks. Who were their stars of the game? Well, certainly Jackson Chourio, 3 for fucking 3 tonight. 3 RBIs. I mean, that's fucking huge. Bryce Terang, 2 for 5 with an RBI. Wilson, is it Wilson? Yeah, it's William Contreras. I don't know. It's one or the other. Who gives a shit? 2 for 5 with a fucking RBI. This was my catcher, I think, in the regular season. After I dropped Kirk. Yeah. Yelich 1 for 4. Andrew Vaughn 1 for 3 with an RBI or with a walk. I don't know, man. These guys were just all over the place. They just lit them the fuck up. And how did Freddie Peralta do? 2 earned runs in 5 2/3. The rest of the way, you had Koenig let one run in an inning pitch, but their bullpen shut the door. So far, so good for the Brewers, and they had the most wins in the majors this year. I think they had 97 of them. Now the Blue Jays, this is where it gets, pretty interesting actually. The game is a lot closer than the score indicates. I know. Whenever you're talking about a 10-1 win, you're usually saying, yeah, it was a complete blowout. This game was kind of stressful leading up to, the 7th and 8th inning. Even, what's-his-face, Kevin Gossman got in a little bit of trouble. He had a great game for us, though. Only 1 earned run in 5 2/3 innings. 2 walks, 4 hits, but the bullpen did have to bail him out. Louis Varland came in, and he looked sharp as I was playing Panacore. He hit 101. He hit 101 tonight. That's pretty fucking astonishing. Did not let an earned run. Sir Anthony Dominguez, 2/3 of an inning, didn't let an earned run. The guy that scares me more than anyone, Brendan Little, didn't let an earned run. And Jeff Hoffman came in for the ninth inning, didn't let a run. Pretty clean in terms of pitching. The only guy that really got him was fucking Anthony Volpe with a double. Aaron Judge was good, 2 for 4 today. Bellinger had a fucking RBI, but other than that, that's it. Now, in terms of the Blue Jays, they did stuff the stat sheet. They had more hits than the Brewers. They had 14 of them as a team. Nathan Lucas was 2 for 5. Unfortunately, George Springer was 0 for 4 with a walk. Still got on base, though. Vladimir Guerrero did get things going early with a home run in the first inning with 2 outs. We're going to need Vlad to be our best hitter, I think, in the playoffs if we're going to actually make some noise here. But he was 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. I don't think you can really ask much more than that, seeing as he did hit a fucking home run as well. Addison Barger, 1 for 4. Connor Falefa, 0 for 1. Alejandro Kirk was outstanding offensively, and I'm pretty sure he called a pretty damn good game as well. But he was 2 for 4 tonight, 2 solo home runs, and 2 RBIs. Yeah, I think it's safe to say we made the right deal in getting rid of Gabriel Moreno for fucking Dalton Varsho, who was 2 for 3 tonight, and keeping Alejandro Kirk, who just looks like a stud all around. Kind of nice to see, though, Santander. He was only 1 for 3, but he was 1 for 3. He did late in the game when it was like 2-1. I think it was 2-1. Maybe it changed. But, they were obviously going to put in Miles Straw in the 7th inning because they wanted his defense and they wanted his speed on the base paths. Well, he was 1 for 1 as well. And Andres Jimenez, 2 for 4 today. He had 2 RBI. Big day at the office for most of these guys. They did what they needed to do because I do feel like the pitching matchups do favor, and I do mean they do favor the Yankees in the next 3 games. So the fact of the matter is we were able to take care of business in game 1, and now you got to win 2 of the next 4. So really hoping we can. I feel like obviously these are the 2 best teams in the American League. I think one of the differences, there's a few differences if you kind of compare these teams. Yankees have great starting pitching. They've got warts in the bullpen just as we do. The Yankees don't field the ball very well. We field the ball as good or better than any team in baseball. And we'll just kind of see how it shakes out from there. We'll get more into the Jays moving down the stretch as we get through the next 2 games that we got to cover here. I really felt like the Dodgers didn't have the favorable starting pitching matchup, and they really didn't. Ohtani let 3 earned runs in 5 innings. So it didn't matter because the Dodgers put 2 and 3 runs in the 6th and 7th inning. Teoscar Hernandez went yard again. So that's 3 home runs in the playoffs so far for Teoscar, former Blue Jay. We'll see what happens here, but the bullpen has not been a problem so far for the fucking Dodgers. They did have Tyler Glasnow come in. That's a starter for an inning and 2/3. And just interesting. They got those guys they can go to. Seems like Sasaki is the guy they really like in the 9th inning from what I've seen in the playoffs so far. So we'll see how that goes down the stretch. But yeah, I kind of felt like the Phillies had the advantage this game, and they certainly did not take advantage of it. So 1-0 Dodgers over the Phillies total. They won the game 5-3. And this is the game we were waiting to complete before doing the stream. And thank God it wasn't like an 18-inning affair. But the Detroit Tigers do win 3-2 on the road against Seattle. I kind of said it last night. George Kirby with like a 4.2 ERA in the regular season wasn't super great. He wasn't bad tonight. 2 earned runs in 5 innings. Vargas let the game go late. That would be an extra innings. So 3-2 for the fucking Detroit Tigers. You can't. It's playoffs, man. Like in baseball, it's such a crapshoot. You have no idea who's going to win, and neither do I. So I think that puts me at 50%. If the Seattle, I don't know. And I didn't feel confident about like 3 of the games. There's only one game I felt confident about, and that was the Milwaukee game. Tomorrow, we've got 2 games on the agenda, and I really do like what the Jays are doing here. And I'll explain it in just a second. So, Max Fried is going to go up against the Jays, against Trey Savage. No pressure on the rookie Trey Savage, right? Well, there's a lot of pressure on him. But there would be a lot more pressure on him if he was pitching in New York rather than Toronto. So I like that they're putting him as the 2 starter rather than Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber can go to New York and pitch great. So I actually really like what they're doing there. They are setting him up for success. Savage is kind of potentially reminding me a bit of David Price in his rookie year or Michael Wacha in his rookie year. The pitching matchup tomorrow favors the Yankees. I believe the betting odds will certainly favor the Yankees as well. But you're putting him in a position to succeed. This guy has lights out stuff, and let's just see if he can keep the ball moving. I'm a huge supporter of him. I think this guy's going to be a stud. Are we asking too much of him too soon? Maybe, but at least he's pitching at home and he's not pitching on the road. The other matchup we got tomorrow is Tariq Skubal on the road against Luis Castillo. I really feel like the Tigers will win this one. Skubal, he's damn near unhittable. So if you can get 6 or 7 innings from Skubal, I feel like the Tigers go up 2-0 in this series. The Jays, Yankees, I don't know who's going to win the game. I hope the Jays do, but I really don't know. I have no sweet idea. They just won 10-1 today, but that's just one game. That's just one game. Tomorrow it could go the other way, but I'm not really going to make a prediction on the game. The Yankees are favored, as you know. We'll go for the Jays though. Take a quick look at any comments that were made. Okay. Mom says it was awesome. Sage says, driving down to Toronto for the game tomorrow. Are you actually going to the game? Oh, he says, I wish. Tickets are sold out, and the tickets are probably pretty expensive this time of year as well. Not that you can't get them. I think you can get tickets probably starting at around $250 a pop. But they might actually be increased in price if you're going from, you know what I mean? If you're getting it from a scalper, it's probably going to be higher than the $250 that some people were paying for. Sage says, I can get them, but they're easily inflated. How cheap can you get them, or how expensive can you get them based on however we want to tilt this? I think you should go down tomorrow, Sage. We need a guy on the field to break this shit down, you know? I think you need to go down there and then just we'll just get Nathan to pay the bill. How's that sound? Okay, so I'm in pretty good I'm doing pretty good. So 250 from resellers in the 500 section. Go get yourself one. You do it for the cloud, man. You do it for the fucking cloud. That's all I gotta say. And you're gonna do it. You're on the road again, like fucking Bob Seger, okay? But now we need to turn our attention to the NFL because we're not predicting any games that don't take place tomorrow. So we're not talking Brewers, we're not talking Phillies, we're not talking National League games. What we are going to talk about before we get into my predictions for the NFL is a guy named Mark Sanchez. You remember that shitty quarterback for the New York Jets? Mark Sanchez? Do you remember him, Sage? Do you remember Mark Sanchez, Sage? Do you remember Mark Sanchez, Sage? Is this your homework, Sage? Well, Mark Sanchez faces up to 3 possible charges. He now announces for Fox. He's probably worse as an announcer than he was as a quarterback. He got arrested, and I'm just going to read through what this little fucker did. What happened here? What happened here? He got stabbed, but it seems like he was the provocator, if you will. He was the provocator. He's the one who started this shit. Anyways, I just need to go. So, the IMDb said Sanchez was arrested at the hospital. So he was at the hospital after being stabbed, getting arrested on suspicion of battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. So, he's as big a loser in real life as he is as an announcer and as a quarterback. Can't believe this guy was drafted 4th overall, and the big swap that took place, just unbelievable. I think it was with Atlanta back in the day, and the Jets gave up a ton, and guess what? It didn't fucking work. He was stabbed, but he's the one who caused his stabbing, man. The guy's a fucking idiot. That's all I'm saying, man, is he's a goddamn fucking idiot. Anyways, let's get to our projections for tomorrow. Our NFL matchups for Week 5. The Packers will not be playing, but we'll break down, kind of what I'm feeling right now. I feel right now that the Vikings is a -3.5 on the road against Cleveland. It's a hard one to call, but I think Dylan Gabriel or Peter Gabriel, whatever their quarterback is a rookie, making his first start. And I think Brian Flores is a pretty damn good defensive coordinator. So what I'm going to say is the Vikings win and the Vikings cover the 3.5 point spread. That's my call right there. Now, this one seems a lot closer than it should be. Dallas on the road against the New York Jets, who have not won a game this year. Dallas favored to win by 1.5 points. Well, I'll take Dallas for the win, and I'll take Dallas to win by 2 or more. So, not feeling too, unconfident about that one. You got Denver going up against the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. I feel like Denver's due for one, and the Eagles are due for one in different respects. But I'm not really sure. I'm not really trusting Denver, so I'm going to go Philly to win, Philly to cover at home. Houston on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. It's sad, but Lamar Jackson won't be playing this week, so the way I feel about this game is that Houston's not a very good team. Baltimore needs this win, in my opinion, to kind of stay within the mix in the AFC North. I'm going to take Houston for both on the road. I'm taking Houston to win and Houston to win by 2 or more. I could be wrong, but I'm really not sure. Take a quick look at the comments here. Sage says he would never. Alright, didn't miss a whole lot in the comments section, thankfully. You get the Las Vegas Raiders on the road against the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have a beleaguered secondary right now. Kenneth Moore and that other guy are injured. So, to cover 7, I don't necessarily see it. I think the Raiders can put some points on the board against them. So I like the Colts to win the game, but I like the Raiders to cover the 7-point spread. So that's just what I'm saying right there. And then you've got a game that's so bad. And I mean so bad. You've got the Miami Dolphins on the road against the Carolina Panthers. Dolphins are favored to win by 1. I'll take the Carolina Panthers to win and then some. Cover the spread of 1 and win. That's my final answer, and I'm sticking to it. The Giants on the road against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are favored to win by 2. The Giants are without Malik Neighbors. I'll take the Giants to win the game, and I'll take them to cover the 2-point spread. Obviously, I feel pretty good about that. This is a bit of a tougher match to predict, in my opinion. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road against the Seattle Seahawks. Huh. Really trying to fucking decompress my brain right now and figure out what I would pick here. You know what? I like Tampa Bay to cover the 3.5, but I like Seattle to win a close one. So I'm gonna stick with that, and I'm just sticking with that. Seattle's at home, big home field advantage there. Seattle to win, Tampa to cover. I see like a 2017 or a 24-21. Now, every week this year, I have bet for the Tennessee Titans to cover. And they haven't covered once. And they're on the road against the Arizona Cardinals, who are 2 running backs down. They've lost James Conner. They've lost Trey Benson. They've got some other guy coming up. I don't know his name. Arizona's going to win the game. And because I've been wrong every week with Tennessee, I'm going to say Arizona covers the 7.5 spread. That's really all there is to it. I'm not fucking around this week, Sage. I'm not putting money on your fucking jabronis. I do apologize for the inconvenience. I'm not trying to be mean, but these motherfuckers just got shut out not that long ago. It might have even been last week. I can't do it again. I want to put them to cover, but I think your team is fucking terrible. Bowers might be hurt, but Bowers will play through it. Brock Bowers will play through it. I'm sticking with that bet too, Sage. I don't want to hear your fucking mites, okay? Now, here's another one. Detroit on the road against the Bengals. Detroit needs to win by 11 or more to cover the spread. That's a huge spread to cover. Detroit wins the game. Detroit's going to cover that spread because Jake Browning and this offense ain't worth a goddamn thing. Okay? God damn it, I love the Bengals, but it's not this week. They're not winning this week. This is a very good matchup. The next one, the Washington Commanders or Redskins on the road again against the LA Chargers. Jaden Daniels coming back from injury. I really like the way the Chargers play defense. I love their zones. I love their linebackers. I love their safeties. I love their defensive line. I like the Chargers to win. I think they're pissed off, and they should be pissed off. A lot of talent on offense. The only thing is, I think Joe Alt might be injured this week. And if that's the case, that's a huge blow. I don't think the Commanders have a great defensive line. I'm going to take the Chargers to win. And to cover, I have no idea. I'm going to say it's a push. It's a push. It's a 3-point game. That's what I'm going to say right now. You got the New England Patriots on the road against the Buffalo Bills. You know what? I'll take Buffalo to win, and I'll take them to win by 8 or more. Or 8.5 and more. Whatever we're fucking saying. Now, here's an interesting match, too. This is for Monday. The Chiefs on the road against the Jaguars. Jaguars could potentially steal this game. They've looked better under Liam Cohen's tutelage. I'll just say the Chiefs will win the game on the road. And they'll cover the 3.5 spread. Even though I don't want to say it, that might be what happens. So there's your breakdown. We'll see what happens. You know, a lot of that shit's going to be wrong, that sort of thing. So that's my picks for the week. And fuck you, fucking Mark Sanchez. And you know what? Big shout out to Teoscar Hernandez, who's just an absolute fucking beast. 3 home runs in the playoffs so far. He's getting the job done. Who the fuck's Willie Nelson? Is that a fucking rapper or a country singer or something? Who the fuck is Willie Nelson? Why are we bringing his ass up right now? He's got nothing to do with the sports stream here. But yeah, we're not going over OJ's Juicery because nothing has happened. We'll go over that shit tomorrow. But yeah, big game tomorrow. I don't know. Trey Savage is going to have to just completely rise to the occasion. The cream rises to the top, so we'll see if that's the case for Trey Savage. I think the Jays, regardless of how this game goes, made the right decision because my top 3 in no order was Kevin Gossman, Trey Savage, and Shane Bieber. And I think Shane Bieber is better equipped to go into the elements of New York than Trey Savage. So I think that was a great decision. We'll see if it pays off. He's going up against an ace tomorrow. Max Fried is a stud. He had 19 wins this year. We almost signed him in the offseason. He's also Canadian, I do believe, but he's not playing for Canada this time around. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea. Fuck. This is going to be stressful. Just because we won 10-1 today does not mean shit. It's one fucking game. You don't get fucking points for fucking scoring more than the other team. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And the cookie is about to crumble here very shortly. Oh, I guess that's on the road again. All right. Well, it's time. I'm going to have to do a little Bellotro to calm my nerves. I'm happy with what the Jays did because the next 3 pitching matchups do favor New York. They do favor New York. So let's not forget about that. But we took care of game 1, which I said we had to do. If you look at my Twitter tweet, it says game 1 is absolutely crucial. They took care of game 1. You got to win 2 of the next 4. But I think, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens tomorrow. All right, guys, that is it. I'm going to take a fucking piss, play a little Bellotro, listen to a little Kenny Moore. Is that his name, Kenny Moore? What's his fucking name? Kenny Rogers, sorry. Kenny Rogers, not Kenny Moore of fucking Indianapolis Colts. Y'all have a good night. Reconvene tomorrow. Sage, I need you to be a sideline reporter tomorrow, okay? So you pay for the tickets yourself and Nathan will reimburse you, okay? Good night, guys.